Today we want to take a look at the word monogenes in the New Testament. This is the word used to describe the relationship of Jesus to his Father, and therefore needed for us to know who Jesus is. This word has been given various definitions, such as unique and special. But we need to look at how the Bible uses the word and draw our conclusions by those definitions. The word monogenes, translated only begotten, is used 9 times in the New Testament by 3 authors. As you can see, it is used in the case of Jesus 6 times, to him being the only begotten Son of God. The other 3 times it is used to refer to the only son, daughter, or child of someone. So from the Bible we can see that monogenes means only begotten or only born. By the way, there are scores of texts that say Jesus is the Son of God, even by Jesus himself. Some use Hebrews 1:6 to argue that Jesus is God's begotten Son from Bethlehem. But this word is not monogenes, it is prototokon, which means firstborn or eldest. This word is also used in Colossians 1:15 to show that Jesus is indeed the prototokon, or firstborn, first in rank, or eldest over all creation. He is also the firstborn from the dead. And as verse 17 states, he is before all things, and by him all things consist. So Jesus is the eldest, prototokon, because he is the only begotten Son of God. He was begotten in the days of eternity. This is all that we have stated about this in the Bible. Another issue that we have faced is that when we say we believe that Jesus is begotten, we are accused that we believe Jesus is created, because in the minds of many, to be born means to be created. But this we do not believe. We do not believe Jesus was created. When it comes to Jesus, the Bible itself makes a distinction between born and created. We are born from created beings, therefore we are creatures. But Jesus is from God himself, uncreated. The verse before the one in Hebrews we just looked at reads, "For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my Son, this day have I begotten thee? And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son." The first part of this verse is a quote from Psalm chapter 2, verse 7. And also in verse 12, we see the phrase, "kiss the Son." This is prior to the incarnation. Since this verse is applied to Jesus in Hebrews, we can say that this decree was made long before the creation of the universe. So here we see that God never said to any of the angels, "Thou art my Son, this day have I begotten thee." This he only said to his Son. We know that angels are created beings, but Jesus, the Son of God, is not created. Angels are also called sons of God, Job 1:6, but they are sons by creation. A complete offering has been made. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, not a son by creation, as were the angels, nor a son by adoption, as is the forgiven sinner, but a Son begotten in the express image of the Father's person, and in all the brightness of his majesty and glory, one equal with God in authority, dignity, and divine perfection. In him dwelt all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. And in the very next paragraph it states that the Son of God took upon him human nature. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And this quote is even clearer. Oh, what a gift God has made to our world. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. God sent his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, liable to physical infirmities, tempted in all points like as we are. He was the Son of the living God. His personality did not begin with his incarnation in the flesh. His personality, that is, Son of God, did not begin with his incarnation. This was the fact that the angels would obscure. This fact the angels would obscure, that Christ was the only begotten Son of God. and they came to consider that they were not to consult Christ. God gave us all heaven in the gift of His Son. Don't let anyone convince you that Jesus is not God's Son. This is Satan's plan to distort the plan of salvation. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God's love for the world was not manifest because He sent His Son, but because He loved the world, He sent His Son into the world, that divinity clothed with humanity might touch humanity, while divinity lay hold of infinity. Though sin had produced a gulf between man and his God, divine benevolence provided a plan to bridge that gulf. And what material did He use? A part of Himself. The brightness of the Father's glory came to a world all seared and marred with the curse, and in His own divine character, in His own divine body, bridged the gulf and opened a channel of communication between God and man.